such a high level. Everyone believes. Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Dances away from the heat. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Nice job reeling in that catch. And listen, when you say Miami Hurricane football to me, I think about burners at the receiver position. Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, who I played with in the Senior Bowl. These guys could not be covered one-on-one. And this dude here...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Excellent field position here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end. He's got to be real careful with his eyes. Not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They'll turn to Martinez. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a nice-looking run, man. And what a legacy here. When you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Moore, Willis McGahee, Clint Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
To throw, it's Ward. Skips away from pressure. He throws one to the left. And this will be caught at the 30. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll throw it from the red zone. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, just keeps firing. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the one.
When you're a QB, you have enough time to take out a sandwich and finish the sandwich before you have to make a pass down the field. That's a good day at the office.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. return inside his 5. Makes a move. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the middle. So a dynamite play there. 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. And the Canes want to move quickly.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
To the air, it's Ward. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. He's got him and they convert. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Oh, he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football. He does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having him.
And they got him for the sack.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Trying to find his man on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
That is a nice job by the defense in a sudden change type situation. The play before, you just gave up a big completion down the field. So you got to try to stop the bleeding right away up front. Your pass rush comes through for you and create a negative play.
Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. 3rd and goal from way back there. He's looking downfield to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Line gets set, first down. They go to the ground. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. They feed him again. fights off a defender. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think tackling is about effort close to the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy to the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big tackle. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Still running at the 40. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. They'll run the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Quick release on the RPO. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the running back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Back to throw, it's Howard. They've got the screen set up. Strikes the throw. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. Hand off from the shotgun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Looking for the score. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jeffrey.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the runs.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Fires left. It's caught downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Back to throw, it's Ward. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Caught over the middle. It's Brown.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Here comes the 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Starts to scramble to the left. A strike downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like like that. Now the defense is really on its heels. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to the air one more time. He'll try to do it himself.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up the big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Canes.
Exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And they did tack on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
This offense has a second down play. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Trying to get to it. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Miami! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, the running back has it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. The give from the gun. Runs through the tackle. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And the Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if you're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit a home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Judkins. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Off the play fake. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
He's got it down the left. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that drive.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes with a quick strike up top, covering 79 yards. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked good.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back. The Hurricanes want to crank the tempo. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's moved out physical. I hear it a lot in football. What's happening in this game? They are just not getting the push they need. All game long, up front, have any success.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
Well, the offense turns it over. And talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security, not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Here comes the Hurricane offense time David sort of curbs some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it.
And that pass is intercepted. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the middle.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. DB's right up on the receivers. And the Buckeyes get enough for the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That Kane defensive front is taking up residence in the backfield. There are a lot of guys in the past who've done that.
There's so many great names. We could go through Vince Wilfork and Jerome Brown and even some newer school guys too, Calais Campbell, but it's all big, strong suckers that can play the run, play the pass, versatile defensive line.
Makes the catch. It's Henderson. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water inside.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run it. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Dropping back, it's Ward. Pocket starts to collapse. Got his man to the left. All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer looks like a guy receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
And he takes it, and the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Hey, as a return.
The Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. Here he comes, and anytime this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium there.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot early, often. And he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes. So it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
He'll throw one to his right. It's complete. A huge pickup. Got a lot of running room. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, King. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. It's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
And that pass picked off. And they didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22.
Not all do is make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job by the QB securing the football and forcing the turn.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They think there's room to run to the right here. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
These quarterbacks that just bounce and bounce and bounce and pull the ball down and make plays. Defensively, you just got to keep coming. You can't get tired. You can't get frustrated, really. It's the frustration that gets to you because they keep making plays, keep getting first downs. Got another opportunity coming up. 1st and goal. Try to hold the field goal.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Miami! Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. We've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to kick and kick and kick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Here they come, trying to convert it 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop it, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
The play action fake. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
It's not the end of the world. Bear with me. There is nothing worse than watching wide receivers run those little under routes, and I throw the football, and I'm 10 yards short. You got to push the ball down the field if you're going to get the first down. And guess what? You threw an interception, so be it. You made the tackle, no big deal. It's kind of like a punt.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Quarterback checking off. Back to pass, it's Ward. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He wants to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. The ball pops out. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself a chance. But you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number one. He wasn't able to do that.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating a loss on first down.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Scott. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It's 3rd down, and they've got to get it to the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks one deep. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they got it inside the 20 to 19-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, the defense just needs something positive to happen. They're trailing in this game. A turnover would be massive for momentum right now. And a nice effort defensively, getting a hand on the ball, knocking it down.
To the air. It's Ward. Now improvising. Uncorks one to the middle. And that one's going to be knocked down incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here.
To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really. Get your eyes on the quarterback. You try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Feeling some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Canes moving quickly to the line. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's force, and that pass intercepted. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You dang.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. It's Martinez. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this: we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. This is a long 4th down try, but the offense stays on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he intercepts it. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball's just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick throw in this game.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They've love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here.
still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Looking downfield, it's Ward. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Offense getting set for 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. On a little time, lets it go. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd love to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target spot.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Open space at the 25. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Slips it, and the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Gonna let it fly. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
This quarterback is throwing a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
And sure, tackling there. To the 1st down marker. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Shoots it to the left. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Got it in the middle, it's Restrepo. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They try to pop a run on the draw. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific start from there in beautiful Miami Gardens. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
And the Canes will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be two.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front.
He lets one fly deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for us.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. We might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it. Looking down toward the earth. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D-linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a gamer.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's going for it all. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Using his legs, it's Henderson. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Right back to him on the ground. Powers through the defender. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball down your throats, and they gashed you.
And the Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal.
3:25.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal.
Get set.
Looks as if he's going to run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus on the QB, lock in and make sure he doesn't make it.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying on the field. What a big moment here. Looking for a man, it's Howard. They got him. The pressure got hold of the defense. Make sure this drive comes up empty. Here comes the offense on 1st down. The run from the shotgun. Plows through the defense. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation now becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
3rd and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. Keeps it and gets the 1st down. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down. 1st down here for the offense. Quarterback will audible. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Back to pass, it's Ward. Getting some heat. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop. Forcing a turnover. Best case scenario. Offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win it.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he'll sail it And the defense stopped them again on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, it's the 3rd to mid-range. You got 2 downs. What are you thinking?
Maybe getting your quarterback out of that earlier and giving him a long pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough. And now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Trying to surge it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And it's no good, and they miss an opportunity to tie. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Dropping back, it's Ward. Scrambling away.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Complete to the left. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Escapes the sack. Going to try to get it himself. He's got room. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a 1st down.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the 4th quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
The Canes are marching down the field. Here we go. He's looking to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the misfire, now on 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Looking for an open area to his left. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
You know, I think in this situation in the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now he's looking to throw it. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, gotta have it here. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Hurricane! What a catch and run for 6.
Yeah, I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker, the running back takes the football, he does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making the play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big.
Going downfield for the big play. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out and tries for 6, he'll be lucky.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she got.
First snap in this drive comes from their own 44. Off play action on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Discards a man. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop. And if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And the Hurricanes inside the final minute trying to hang on to this lead and the ball. Wants to throw. It's Ward. Oh, he